Hey everyone, welcome back. It's been a while since I've made a video. Um, so today I'm actually going to do something different. So a couple of weeks ago I did a video doing, comic book reviews. Um, but that didn't really come out the way I wanted. Thought of doing it again, you know, uh, today, Saturday. Uh, but because there's so many books I wanted that I've gotten since that last video that I made I didn't upload, gotten a few more books. Uh, so I was thinking maybe I should split it up between in two parts. But then again, a two-part video. When do I have time to record all of it? When I'm gonna get it up, put it up, upload it. And then I had a third video which would be showing off some back issues I've got. So instead of doing the comic book reviews, probably will review specific issues that I like uh, later, maybe to the run up for next week. I don't know. It takes time to put these videos up, even just getting out the computer and setting up, finding the best time to actually do these videos without any distractions. So instead, I'm just gonna do a very short video showing off some of the back issues that I've got. So let's get started. So there are two, there are two notable buys that I got. So my shop actually just got a very nice lot of Marvel back issues, which is driving me insane because these are books that don't usually show up. They used to show up uh, a lot back when I started, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, when I started back in 2001, 2000, when I went to my first shop. Uh, I used to find quite a few Bronze Age books, some Silver Age books, at very good prices. I mean, one of my first major buys was uh, Amazing Spider-Man number 103. Paid a very good price for it. Uh, and then, as time went by, they were much, much harder to find. And I'm talking both Marvel and DC. Especially DC was very hard to find. I did come across some of those books from time to time, uh, but really, 80s books from DC are very rare. Uh, I've actually seen some like the Vigilante from by Marv Wolfman. They have that at my shop, but again, very rare to find the major characters, like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. They're pretty hard to find. There was a time when I did find quite a few issues from that era, 70s, 80s. So I usually snag those, as well as I think I bought like every issue they had from that they have of the Legion of Superheroes, which I really like, and I'm glad they're coming back after a few years. Um, so pretty happy that the shop got uh, a really large selection of Marvel books going back from around 1973 to around the late 90s. So the prices though are not what they used to be, really, because I used to find those books for like 50 pesos or 60 pesos. Now, that are much higher in price, but inexpensive if you kind of see it in dollars. So it's all relative. The shop actually has its own exchange rate, reference exchange rate, which is higher than what is the official exchange rate. So right now we have around, I want to say around 19 pesos, give or take a few cents. The shop actually uses 22, so that way they actually not just pay for the cost of each individual issue, but they have their profit margin over that, because they do have to pay double shipping plus expenses and stuff. So it's a lot. So it does. So they usually do higher than that. Um, so anyways, these books are so anyways let me get my head straight for a minute. Okay, so anyways, I showed this book on Twitter when I got it a few weeks ago, which is Avengers 213. So this one cost me less than $10, so it's around the price I seen it sell for online. So it wasn't a pretty bad buy. Like I said, it's about $9 to $10 depending on the exchange rate you're going. But yeah, anyways, Avengers number 213, the infamous Hank Pym issue. Saw it on the list that the shop put out, so I was looking like, maybe when I get a book that's significant, that has a bit of a key element to it, but that's not overly pricey. So I saw this one, and when I mean overly pricey is, like, I can't spend more than 200 pesos for a book, because it's a little bit too much for me at this point in time. If I maybe later on I would spend more on some of these books, because the shop got some. It's a really nice lot that they got. Some major books. Uh, anyway, so here we go. This one. Then I also picked up this week this issue of Dazzler, issue number 2, for $8, and I can say it's for $8 based on the exchange rate that the shop uses, because it's the price of two named issues. So I bought this after I picked up this issue, which is the fax only version of issue number 1, which is also on sale at the shop. I think they have a pretty complete run of this book though. So I'm actually thinking of picking up from time to time, if they're still around, an issue every few weeks of this series. Though they actually have not like complete run, but a very good run of Excalibur, which is a book that I discovered 2 years after it ended, at when I started buying. I was looking at the back issues. So whenever I see Excalibur, I usually pick up an issue if it's not too expensive. But yeah, so I'm actually been liking what I've read so far. I really like Dazzler. Saw her probably when during the 80s run of that I actually owned of X-Men. So I I like the character, so might as well check out her series before she joins the X-Men. So anyways, of course, the facsimile version of it, so it's nice and clean, and the color of bright, unlike all the issues which the colors are kind of faded. So those two were my notable buys. Like I said, I might probably buy more every so often of the Dollar series. Maybe pick up Excalibur, some other book that might be in the mood for. That's how I, and actually might actually pick up issue 3 because that's something people don't know, but I'm kind of obsessed with order. If I see a full run of books or almost a complete run of books in the back issue, I usually like to buy, not pick up random issues, but go in order. So I'm a little bit obsessed with order. So it's gotta be like if I have issue 1, then I pick up issue 1, then I pick up issue 2, then 3. If there's no 4, then I pick up the next issue. So that's really been my undoing when it comes to collecting books, because I can pick up all those books at at one moment. So I miss a lot of books because I'm going one by one. Maybe sometimes I go two by two, but one by one. So I missed quite a few runs of books just because of trying to keep the order of each of the run. Unless they're in full and just want to pick up a book, then yeah, pick up randomly. But if it's like a run or almost a full run, then yeah, I go by order. So the next issue will be picking up a Dazzler would be issue 3. Not so much for the Avengers though, because those are kind of pricey. More popular. Same could be said about the Spider-Man selection. They've got quite pricey. I mean, I've got a few issues that I bought years ago that were very cheap, and now they're not in my. I think they're in my price range. I think they're about over 300 pesos, so somewhere around $20. So that's a little too much for me. Anyways, I picked up these True Believers, Miss Marvel True Believers, a few weeks after they officially came out. So we got the reprint of issue 1 and the reprint of issue 20. I had to put a lot of thought into picking these books up. I don't know why, but even adding 22 pesos to my 2-3 issue that came out, I guess that week that they came out, I really give it a lot of thought. But I've read them, I enjoy them, and anyways, I'm kind of so. Anyways, I'm a big X-Men fan as well. Uh, so I haven't really picked up anything new, the X-Men, but I try to check them out every so often. Anyways, catching up on some issues that were at a very good price and adding to my little X-Men collection. I picked up issue 73 and issue 89. Now issue 89 is particular to me. Issue 89. So my first X-Men issue was Uncanny X-Men 370, which came out after this issue. So I've been sort of trying to catch up if I can find, but again, they're very hard to find. Not like the old days. So this is the uh, previous issue to the story from Galaxy 270. So I've been really trying to catch up on some of the issues I missed because with X-Men, I picked up Uncanny 370. Then for Uncanny, I didn't pick up that book until issue 379. For X-Men, I missed a few issues. Uh, and then I missed a few issues. And then for X-Men though, I didn't pick up that book. Probably a few months after 370, so I missed up a bunch of issues as well to the lead up to that particular issue that I published. I can't remember which issue it was. It was around 95, 96, somewhere around there. So now I'm sort of trying to see if I can get some more back issues from this era, sort of catch up to the books that I missed at the time I was trying buying comics, and at the time that I picked up my first X-Men book. So issue 89 is the first one. There's another issue at the shop that I'm actually pick up later, as I'm slowly catching up on some of my runs. I actually have some Avengers from that music run, the George Perez Kurt Busiek run, uh, which I would like because I think my first issue was like around issue 20 something. So that's at the end, almost at the end of George Perez as artist. So, anyways, finally, which was to me a bit of a rarity, because you never really see this book. I never really seen them in forever. It's the Untold Tales of Spider-Man, issue number 3. Years ago, I've only picked up like one issue, and I was like around 2001, 2002, somewhere around there, which was, I, I believe it was either issue 15 or 16, which was the spotlight issue on Mary Jane. And like that's it. Like I got the issue that I heard about, read about, and I found a really good price. But you never really never found this series, and honestly, it's very hard to find a lot of Superman books uh, from the 90s, from the 80s as well. Like I used to when I started, which every Superman book I own from the 80s, I found them, you know, quite easily and with a very good price. Now with this new lot that the shop got, uh, they're there, but they're very pricey for me at this point. A book that I picked up at a con for like, I believe like 80 pesos. Now it's like much higher. Uh, so so I'm kind of gonna take advantage of that of that huge stuff that package that they got at the shop as much as I can. Uh, because like I said, they're very hard to find. I mean, they got books that I could easily find for almost nothing. Uh, Now, and you can't even find them here anymore as easily as I guess, yeah, back issues are very hard to come by. Aren't very recent issues. Uh, there's a better chance of finding 90s DC than 90s Marvel. I mean, it used to be hard to find. Well, not that hard, but they just don't. You just don't come by them as easily as you do in the States or Canada. Just very rare. So, anyways, I'm rambling now, which means that it's time to end the video. So I bid you farewell, as I always do, with until next time, keep smiling.